This is one of the interesting times that your organization might have to move to Microsoft Teams. So Microsoft Teams gives us two ways of meeting with our employees or even people, externally who are not within our organization. So I'm just going to focus on live events here. If you check on mspinspire.com, I have covered on how to schedule meeting. Okay, so I'll click on live events. So one of the reasons why you might choose live events over scheduling just an ordinary meeting is that with live events, it supports up to 10,000, attendees. Okay, and also it avoid this kind of thing that you always say, hello attendees, please can you mute yourself? So automatically attendees join your event by being muted. So one of the cool thing is that you can avoid all those stuff. Now the other thing I think I should mention to you is that with live events, it supports not more than 4 hours of meeting. So as long as your event is under 4 hours of meeting, that's so cool. I mean, you can always use live events. Okay, all right, so let's just go in deep a bit. Okay, so I'm just going to set the time. Okay, I think I should set it to 57. Okay, and also you can see when I'll end. I'll just scroll this down to over 4 hours, and you can see that Teams is yelling at us that we can't meet over 4 hours. So we just need to set it to be within the range of 4 hours. And also we have time zone. So UTC 00 is my time zone. Make sure you select your correct time zone by choosing any of this, okay, so that it will automatically get converted by your presenter or producer who will be joining you from another region would have a successful conversion of times. Now the cool thing is that you can now invite people. So I'll invite Sunda, and I'll invite Sunda as a presenter. Now the difference between a producer and a presenter is that with a producer, he takes care of basically making sure that screens are shared, and then all the organization part is done by this producer, right? Now presenter just comes into the meeting and then shares his content. Then producer picks that content and show it to the attendees, right? So that's the difference. Okay, I'll just scroll down. You should always add details to your meeting. I'll now click on next, and we have 3 options. Live event permission comes in people and groups, and also organization wide, and we also have public. Okay, so public is preferably what we are going to use here. No sign-in is required with public, and also you can just share a link for everyone to be able to join, whether in your organization or out of your organization. They can join anonymously. Okay, and one of the things that you should also know is that you can also specify a specific group of people. I think this can be out of your organization, but you just need to find a way of defining this set of people. And organization wide, every person joining in your organization will be required to sign in. So that's so cool. Okay, so this event is not restricted to all the organizations, so we can check the public. And attendees cannot chat with their microphone, so they basically need to use the Q&A, question and answers. Okay, so make sure you check that. And recording will be available to producers and presenters once we are done. Okay, so the live event will be recorded so attendees can watch it later. Yes, you definitely need to leave that. Okay, now once we have all this done, also you can always contact support in the process of your meeting with this link, so attendees would be able to do that. Okay, so I'll just click on schedule. And why would it contact support is because sometimes you might have technical difficulties. Then I'll click on get link. Okay, I'll just get this link. I'll open my browser and I'll paste this link over there. All right, so an attendee joining in from his or her browser can join anonymously, and that is what exactly I'm going to do in this case. Okay, so I'll just join with watch on web instead. Cool. So let's see whether Sunda has accepted our meeting invites. I'll just click in here. Okay, I think Sunda has accepted. Now let's go and have some fun meeting together. Okay, let me just click on join. Okay, all right, so I'll join now. Cool, just take some few moments and I'll be there. Okay, so let's see how we are doing. So we are connecting. Cool, we write in here. in here we can have two ways. We have queue and then we also have live events, and you can see that we have 0 attendees, so no attendee has joined us yet. I and Sunda being presenters and also being I being a presenter and then Sunda being a producer and Sunda being a presenter, we have some cool ways that we can see. Okay, we can interact. So behind the scene, Sunda can actually see everything here, except that he doesn't see most of these things that is shown in here. Okay, so we have queue. Now queue, basically when Sunda shares his content, we put it in a queue, and then if we see everything to be good, then we click on send live, then it will go to live. I'll show this in action. Okay, and we also have some cool things over here as show Q&A. Okay, so Q&A is where attendees join and then they start to communicate with you. All right, so when they basically communicate with you, they might have the option to when they communicate with you, you have the option to either publish it or dismiss that particular communication by replying them privately and then dismissing them. Okay, and attendees are not able to see this, so we have meeting. Okay, so this meeting chat belongs to we, the organizers and producers. Okay, so I can just say hi. So attendees are not going to see this. That's the cool part. Okay, now content left allows us to be able to add a screen in here, add the content, and then we add a video, like Sunda is sharing his live screen, right? His camera. So hi Sunda, I think you are muted for now. Okay, so that's confusing. Yeah, so we're going to be having successful meeting. I and Cinda will be recording this together. Okay, and you can basically leave. Every other things in here is cool. So let's just get started. Sunda has shared the screen. I'm just going to click on this content part, and then I think I'll just add Sunda's content. Now I can add a second source, which is add a video from below. So I'll just click on this video, and yep, so that would give me a cool way. Yep, so you can see that I've added Sundar's video from his camera and also his screen that he's sharing. That's so cool, right? I can now click on send live. Okay, so once I click on send live, attendees will not get this yet. Okay, and one thing I should also mention is that attendee can just ask a question right in here, so as anonymously by himself. So just say hello, and then I'll click on post as anonymous and I'll click on send. Once I click on send, producer is going to see this and presenters are going to see this and they'll be able to reply. So Sunda can reply to this now. Okay, so once Sunda replies, that reply will show in here, and Sunda has the so Sunda just replied and can also publish this to be featured or not. So once it's published as featured, other attendees can see it. So Sunda has the option to be able to click on publish, and we will have it in here. Cool. So now our reply is here and everyone can vote. Cool. Now let's get going. So now we have Sunda shared the screen and all the sources here, and if you have one single source, then you can just use this one, the single source one. Okay, now I can click on start and this meeting will begin. So let's click on start. Okay, I'll click on continue. Sunda is currently muted though, so I can just go in here as an attendee to watch whatever Sunda has to share. So as you notice, it is going to take some few seconds delay, but it will be shown. Cool. So it's loading. We'll be able to see Sunda's content being shared, both his camera and also his screen being shared in here. So let's see how it goes. Oh, cool. So I'm able to watch this. Yes. Oh, I was having fun listening to myself. Sorry about that. So practically we have all the screen being shared from Sundar's machine and also his video being so clear, like HD. I get it. So all right, so that's the little things you have to know about Teams live events. It's really cool. All the benefits, yes, up to you. Hi Sundar, would you want to add anything?
Live events would lead to also 10,000 participants, and if you want, you can always use like different sources from anyone. And the thing is that you don't need like each one, like you for like a single producer can always switch screens between each and every person, so there would be no like issues regarding any screen sharing.
Cool. Let's just go and have fun behind the scene.
Yes. Bye.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye bye.
So we can end this meeting. And once we end the meeting, how do we access the recording? I'll just click on end. So attendees will be notified that this meeting has ended. Okay. You can restart an event after it has ended. Okay, yeah. Okay, so let's meet behind the scene and talk about what we didn't see in here. Bye. Okay, so we just had a successful meeting with Sundareshwar, and attendees are asking of recording. And even as we want to know the number of people who attended the event in total, we want to even see some detailed reports. Okay, so let's just click on this particular meeting, the same meeting that has ended. So we click on it. It gives us this view, and it also says that Sundareshwar was a presenter. Yes, we know about that. But when we scroll down a bit, you can see live event resource. As part of the live event resource, we can download the recording. So basically with Teams live, meeting, with Teams ordinary meeting, you would have, it would have been saved in your stream, right? So you would be able to download it. But with this, you have to come here to come and download it, and you can upload it to the stream, or you can upload it to YouTube and then just share with attendees. You can also download, the Q&A report in an Excel format, and also you can download the attendee engagement reports when they join, when they left, stuff like that, as they keep joining, and all those stuff are captured. You can download the transcripts, okay, and and all those stuff. You can just download all those stuff in here, okay. And also you have advanced option to download the backup. So those are some cool stuff that you may not know about, but you can basically download your recording. So if you ever organize a live event, you check in your stream and it's not there, come and check in here. Okay, now one last part I want you to also know before I end this tutorial is that the attendee who is in our browser can still watch this, event since it was recorded, and then he can still, provided he didn't leave, right? He can still watch it. So let's just, and that means that attendees are going to get, this particular screen. And the meeting has actually ended, but attendee is able to watch it again. So that is one of the fun facts. Many attendees might not know of this, and they could stay even when the meeting ends, provided that we check that the recording should be available. Then they can still enjoy the meeting. So thank you very much for joining, Sundar, and then also Ganesh, thank you very much for guiding me when I needed some answers to this live event. Thank you so much for joining me, you the one watching. Make sure to check up on some of my tutorials on dawoodidris.com or YouTube/dawoodidris.